Yeah, we're chatting away, and it's like,
I've been keeping
there
track
we
of it
go. You've been keeping track. You're such a good person. Look at you.
because there's
I'm
already
gonna
a
put
couple
this
of
up there.
questions in there.
Oh, that's great. See, that's you asked it. Questions. There we go. That's up there. That's up there. All right. I put that up there, and then I can do this, and people are going, look at that. We're here. We're live. We're in Technicolor. Well, actually, we're early, so I can actually push live and start the show live, so we can keep talking. It says we're live, but we're not actually. The schedule hasn't started yet, so that's on another tab. So I can push that if I want.
Checking volume, checking volume.
You're checking volume. You're a volume checker. And then, well, I guess I just let it go. 2 minutes. I can figure this out, or I can let it go. It's gonna go on its own, anyways. Public, blah blah blah. Did you notice you can Can you put quizzes on your end? Have you noticed that?
Polls. We can do polls on
I
YouTube.
can do quizzes now. They gave me quizzes.
What's the difference?
The quiz is funny. Literally, I can ask questions,
Oh,
trivia
like
questions,
like you're a teacher.
like a video. I can ask trivia questions. I can say, "Hey," it's like
Yeah.
I can say. So if I said like, "Oh, that speaker's 200 watts," later on I can say, "Oh, yeah." By the way, if so have you been paying attention? How many watts was that speaker I talked about at the beginning of the video? You can
Yeah.
put answers, and then people can pick on the screen, tap on the screen for the answer, and then it shows the answer, the right answer, wrong answer. So I thought you can do all kinds of stuff. So if you just want to make a trivial thing, you can make a trivial thing out of it. So I thought that was kind of cool. And 1 minute. Ooh, 1 minute. 1 minute. Ooh.
What's
Here,
up,
here.
J Tech? Thanks for joining. What's up, Nuno? Appreciate you for joining tonight. What's up,
Yeah.
Ricky?
Where did it actually go on now?
Well,
Yeah.
these are all the people that are in the chat. But yeah, on
Yeah.
YouTube, it's live.
Yeah. Yeah. What, the video?
Yeah.
Wow. It's like magic. It's like, geez, I don't, we do it so well now. It just automatically happens. I'm like, okay, there you go. So there we go. So yeah, look, everybody's here. Everybody's here. That's all wonderful. That's all wonderful. Look at that. Everybody's holy Toledo. My gosh. We've been talking about all kinds of silly things here behind the scenes, and like everybody's going for it here. Yeah, there's JTEX got a question. Speech replacement. Yeah, yeah. Actually, that's going to be the feedback thing is going to be a big question today. Feedback thing
Mm-hmm.
is going to be a big question today. I mean,
Yeah, me and J Tech talk back and forth, so he already knows the sitch.
oh, does he now? There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. He's got. Oh, you got the FX10 Go. That's a solid mixer. That's actually I sent you just the 10. But
Yeah.
the 10 Go is battery powered, which is
Right.
super cool. It's super cool because with the battery, you don't need power, and it probably lasts an awful long time. Yes, hello, Nuno, everybody. Hello, hello. You know, Jason wants to replace his Vol 50s. Actually, I've been doing a lot of work on amplifiers, studying amplifiers, and anything I can find. If I can find a picture, there's a website where they sell refurbished amplifier. Like they fix them, service them, then sell them off, right? And they sell used parts that way. And the good part is I can get pictures off of there, so I can then check to see what's actually on the amp plate.
Wow.
And it's quite the middle of the road. It's a very good speaker, but it's quite when it comes to power, it's right down the middle. And it's like, wow, okay. I thought they would have been a lot more impressive,
The
but
EV50?
yeah. So it's the type because there's different type of amplifiers that they use, right? The
Mm-hmm.
industry is about 4 amp styles, and they don't. I thought they would have had like they would have been on the top end of the type of amp, and they're one actually below that, which a lot of companies are until you get to like the primo of the primos,
Like
like
bass
the
boss?
SRX. Yeah, like when you get over like 2,000 or higher, and I'm not talking about a Calm array or anything like that. I'm talking about straight up speaker, right? Like point source speaker.
Yeah.
Only the cream of the crop use these amps. So some of them use close to that because they do an OEM version. Um, then I found out some other stuff. I found out that I think it was QSC buys the drivetrain. So the powertrain they buy from JBL, but a lot of people buy stuff from JBL. So they use the Crown Power, whatever. It's actually belongs to them. So it's like buying an engine. It's like you're a car company, but you go and you buy a Mercedes engine and put it in your car.
Yeah. Uh-oh. You froze. See if he comes back.
Can you hear me still?
There you are. You came
There
back.
you're
Yeah.
see you're moving and I'm still frozen, so I don't know what people are getting to see.
You froze for a minute, yeah, on the
Yeah, we were frozen for a bit. That's that fancy software program we're all paying for. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, this is my yeah. So yeah, still reading. So I'm going to try and mumble to myself. Yeah, KC12s are definitely they're quite the bump.
Yeah, JTech should have watched our show last week. We went over like every column array ever made back practically.
Yeah. Yes, it was quite the calm array. It was quite the show, which is why we're not which is why I've left the floor open. The end of the month now will be Q&A. So,
Yeah,
you
everybody
know,
said they're tired of speaker talk. I was like, well, then you're on the wrong show.
yes, everybody's tired of this. Oh no.
That's what
Well,
I
you know
like to
what?
talk
Yeah,
about.
we're the gear guys. We're the guy on the side of the stage, like, oh, my microphone's not working. Here you go. Connect you. There you go. Get back in there. That's what we do. That's at least that's what I do.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who's like, why is there a guy standing behind the stage off to the side? That's me. I'm the guy holding that extra SM58, just ready to go. It's ready. If that mic fails, I'm out there. There you go, buddy. Keep going. Yeah. I'm the guy who puts the Green Day after tape on both. Don't worry about it. We'll do a live show like this. It's okay. It's the 1970s. That
What's
was my
up?
joke yesterday.
What's up, buddy? Thanks for joining. What's up, Cree64? Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
These dudes, Nuno says, JTech and I have been here since an hour ago. Y'all are true degenerates.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
True
come on.
gear
I
guy
was here an hour
degenerates.
ago. I opened it up just after I was wondering, and it was like there was somebody there. I don't know who, but there
So
was
now
somebody.
you know if I ever have to miss a show, you know who you can get on the show. Nuno and JTech are the true
There you go.
degenerates.
There you go. Yeah, you know what? I've said this before. I said if anybody wants to add in, we can certainly build a small following and have people come and go. If people want to participate, I can do interviews. Ooh. Yeah. Uh, I'm sorry. I'm still reading. Oh my gosh. It's like I'm watching your video. It's like I'm alive on yours. This is what I do. So just so you know, I'm sure this is what everybody's doing because this is what I do when I'm watching James's show.
Yeah.
Wife's going, "What are you doing?" I said, I'm sending a message. She goes, "You're not doing that again now, are you?" She goes, "Your shit never makes sense. By the time he reads it, it's like gone." It's like, and you did. It was funny because you did read it and you went, "I don't know what he's saying." She's laughing and oh yeah, see, why I don't, yeah. It's funny. It's funny. So I'm just trying to read it here. I am just trying. Yes,
It's mostly just banter back and forth. I mean,
just banter back and forth.
I got the
Yes. By the
questions.
way, I also use a gaming laptop to do this video. I use an MSI
Yeah.
laptop. So
It's
you're a
JTech
Mac.
trying to convince himself to buy the KC12s, even though I told him not to do that. He won't listen. And it's him and
You
Nuno
know,
basically just talking smack.
yeah, it's hard because some companies are coming out now with new product, but I know of new companies coming out in the fall. or in the summertime, somewhere around there, summer fall with new product.
Yeah, there's gonna
So
be some good stuff coming out this year. He
it's
needs to just wait.
a
He's
lot of
so
companies put off.
he's so excited about getting rid of his Evolve 50s and buying something different, and I'm like, bro, just hang on, hang on. We got something
There's a
coming out called a Leviathan.
yeah, everybody's gonna be bitching. What are you gonna do, man? When that speaker comes out, everybody's gonna go, man, I gotta have me one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I have that. So it's like, yeah, no, this is, you know what? Hopefully, I get a little bit of updates because like I'm so gung ho on this, and it's I know the beginning is always hard because you got to give people a certain amount of time, and it's
Yep.
like they have to agree to like, yes, I want to, we'll be on board with this because they have to make commitments. So, and then we have to, content's like basically it's like you send them. It's like, well, if we're gonna do this, you know, I need to all of this because it's it's for a kickstart. So it's like I've got like crazy requirements, and it's like I'm going, Jesus, it's so much to do, and then it's to convince them that what it's not going to hurt because it'll be another speaker after that. If we do well with one, we then move on to the next one. So let's talk about what James was doing a gig. We all know his favorite speakers, but then he had a problem. James, what happened on your gig?
So I was doing a wedding last night. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you can see some of the behind the scenes, some of the clips, and of course I'll be talking about this on my show as well on Wednesday night. But and forgive me, guys, I'm very tired. I didn't get home till 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't go to bed till 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I got up at 6:30. So 4.5 hours of sleep is pretty rough, but no, it was worth it, man. Because last night was, man, for my first wedding of 2026. I told Danny, I was like, dude, if all my weddings were like this one, like I would literally quit my day job tomorrow, like on Monday. I go in and be like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna just do weddings now. But yeah, unfortunately, they can't all be bangers like that. But it was so much
That was very
fun.
nice last night. I saw the videos. It was very nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and the couple was super cool, and the crowd was amazing. The couple danced all night long, and so that kept the crowd dancing all night long. Well, they did. Okay, first,
I thought the groom was gonna punch the bride at one point. They were dancing so hard. It's like he's gonna just pop her in the face. That'll be that'll be his moment. Oh my gosh.
yeah, but before we got to dancing, after dinner, we did. There were three speeches, and this is the first time ever in my career, really, that I had massive feedback issues. Now, and so I wanted to go over with Robin, what are some steps I could take to alleviate this to never happen again? Because now I'm making it a big deal, but literally it was like there were three people who were speaking, and on each one, when they took the microphone, they were like right in front of the speaker, and they had to move over to the middle of the head table because I had both of my speakers next to the head table, and they were all standing to the side in front of one of the speakers. I gave the first guy the microphone, and I told him, don't stand in front of the speaker, hold the microphone close to your mouth. And of course, he stands right in front of the speaker. He holds the microphone down by his belly button. And so I had to crank up the gain. And when I did that, of course, whoa, and he was like, whoa. So that was embarrassing. So then he moved to the middle of the head table. He did his whole speech. It was fine. Then he hands it off to the best man. The best man's on the side in front of the speaker. Again, it wasn't as bad. It just did it for like half a second. I turned the gain down a little bit. I turned the lows down. I turned the highs down on my on my controller. So I was going straight out of my Rain Performer controller to the speakers. So there was no external mixer. So that's going to be step one. I ordered the Alto, what's it called? The TD16 or something?
TMD 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ordered the digital 16 channel mixer.
Yeah, so I ordered the Alto 16 digital channel mixer, and it has...
What a steal of a deal, too.
Yeah, $570. And it has automatic feedback suppression, so I'm hoping that will help. But also, anyway, so then the best man gave the microphone to the maid of honor, and the maid of honor, with her having a super high voice, it once again, she was standing in front of the speaker. As soon as she started talking, instead of that low, woo, it did the screechy noise, you know?
Oh,
And she goes,
yeah,
oh, you know, and I cranked down the gains again. I'm like, oh my God. And then she moved to the middle of the head table, and then she did her whole speech, and it was fine. It never fed back once when I used the microphone. Now, I
no,
did
because
my,
you're behind the speakers.
no, I was in front of the speaker. So I did my full on introduction in front of the head table before they came in. I did like
Yeah.
a whole minute and a half speech and went fine. I did some of the announcements and stuff on the dance floor. It was fine. Oh, and but then before everybody was there, you know, at the beginning, you know, when we set up before the event, I walked all around the entire room. Check, check, 1, 2, mic check, mic check. I practiced my speech. I was in front of the speakers. There was no issues. So I don't know. Maybe it's because I had turned the gain up for the speeches because they were holding the microphone so low and all that. So that was, you know, part of the issue. So it was a very big learning experience. That's for sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the
But
biggest,
now I want everybody to ponder, because we're talking to James here. What speakers do you think James had at this show?
could do a quiz.
What speakers did you have?
I was using the LD Systems Maui 28 G3s.
See, and not the Exitons. Oh my gosh.
I've never had
May
a
a bolt of
feedback
lightning
issue
strike
in
you
the
down where you
Exitons.
are. My gosh. And what did he say last week? Now we can all remember. I wish I had these things pre-done so I could just press a button and just go, oh, let's go back to last week. And he said, nah, you know, I'm a little hesitant. I'll quote James. A little hesitant. You know what? This is my first show of the season. And you know what? Really want it to be a banger. And I'm a little concerned. So I think I'm going to take the Mauis. And everybody went, whoa, he's taking the Maui.
I was taking the professional speakers,
Taking
right?
the professional
The
speakers.
professional speakers instead of
Oh
my
gosh.
cheap Chinese garbage, which I've never had feedback on ever. And then I take these expensive ass speakers out, and boom, it's the first event ever where I had like bad feedback, and it was so embarrassing. But I killed the party after that. I mean, they danced for 3 hours and they didn't say nothing at the end of the night. You know, they just, so I'm hoping they forgot about it. Again, it was like half a second. You know, it wasn't like, you know, that big. I'm making it a big deal because I'm a perfectionist, and it was embarrassing for me. But again,
You know,
they probably, you know, won't ever think twice about it.
I'm just laughing because, you know, first of all, Rick, if you have a short video you want to share with me of you using the equipment you've got, by all means, send that video over. You know, that's fine with me. Put it on a Google Doc and then just DM me the link to the actual Google Doc that you've saved the video to. So just wanted to shout that out before I forgot. But yeah, you know, okay. So this is, again, it just shows you I'm not just the guy on the YouTube. I'm the guy who don't watch the YouTube as well. I watch a YouTube. I watch the videos on the YouTube. So I was watching Aaron, and he was talking. You know, I watch everybody at 2 speed until they say something dramatic, and then I'll go back and play it back. It's like he's going. It just reminds me of you. He goes, "Why do you pay more money for? Why do you pay more money for a DJ for?" You know, this is big, happy, joy, super hyper personality. It's like, you certainly don't want to have a DJ that's going to have that feedback. That's what you're paying the extra money for.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's going in your head. Oh my God, this is so fucking embarrassing. This is so embarrassing.
Well, I mean, you know, and I didn't have to say anything because like there's no footage of it. But I'm just transparent,
No.
you know.
That's the
So
point. You know what? What me, you, and everybody out there gives a shit about doesn't matter. It's the fact that you were there and it happened. And the only people that give a shit, to be honest with you, is the bride and groom, which, to be honest, probably 5 minutes after it all happened and they had a couple of drinks and they were banging it on the floor, they were happy. So, but they said they took pictures with you. That was the end of the night. They took pictures with you.
yeah.
They were still smiling.
Oh yeah. No, do you watch the video, dude? See what they said? It was crazy.
There you go.
It was crazy. It's on my Instagram though. I don't think. Well, I don't know if it posted to Facebook.
Well, it's on your Instagram. I just have to poke around, look for it.
I'll be showing it Wednesday.
I don't I just started with Instagram because I have to try and advertise myself and like put clips out there of like me doing shit
Yeah.
in the real world. Like, in the real world, I gotta go with real stuff now. God dang it.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. Like that was disappointing, but other than that, the night was perfect.
Yeah.
And as far as the 28 G3s go, they're probably the best 12-inch subwoofer column I've ever heard. I mean,
Yeah,
and
but they're
I've heard
double 12s. That's a cheater box.
no, it's
There's
a
two
single
12,
12.
single 12 in the G3.
Yeah, yeah.
28, or is that what you get in the 44 is a double 12?
The 44 is a 15.
44 is a
That's
15.
what Danny has. So the double you're thinking of is the Maui 28 G2. The Maui 28 G2 is a double 10, I think.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I know it's crazy. It's so like confusing, but yeah, yeah. It's like they change something every time. Like so now, like
Actually,
the
they learned from electric. They learned from electric. It's an online thing. It's a searchable thing. They try not to change the prefix too much. Like I even say, it's like you don't want to come out with a new name for everything all the time. You just want to like V2, V3. You want to just change the version type because then it's still searchable. Like if you look at reviews, well, what's the review for the 28? Well, there'll be a shitload of reviews, even though the V3 just came out, right? Because there's the V2. So, so let's answer some questions, James. So first of all, let's answer James's question, which was off camera, but it really
it's
he
kind
asked
of
me a question.
JTEX's question too, like the very beginning.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But the reason why James went with the Alto isn't because he originally sent me a picture of a link for the
I think it was the Allen and Heath
it was
CQ.
the Allen Heath,
Yes,
which
CQ
was
eighteen.
$1,100. By the way,
Yeah,
if people have questions about products they want to buy, and as long as those links are from Guitar Center, you can DM me those links. If you're planning on buying from Guitar Center and you want a little private advice, go on the Facebook, use the DM, send me a link to Guitar Center. Now, remember, when I respond, I'm going to send you an affiliate link, but I'll give you an honest opinion on the why. James, was I fair about telling
yeah.
you the difference between the two
Mm-hmm.
and why I thought one was more important than the other one? Because in your case, I mean, you sent me a beautiful mixer. The first one was on sale, but the quality and performance, we're talking here. He sent me a nice, not even a Cadillac. I'm going to definitely say this was an Audi level vehicle when it comes to like the typos. Allen
Yeah,
Heath is like a no-brainer quality performance piece of hardware, and it had a lot of great features on it. It was going to do everything you wanted it to do. The only problem was it was going to do like 10, 20 other things, and there was a big learning curve. Like,
yeah. That I
you
wouldn't
know,
use.
it was like so much shit that you wouldn't use. And just to make it do what you wanted it to do, you would have had to learn a whole bunch of new stuff. And I'm going,
Yeah,
you know what? And then it was like the Alto, because the most important thing in your world is to be able to run a couple of things. Somebody shows up with a guitar and they're gonna, sit there and serenade, somebody's keyboard. Sometimes you get performers, right, at your
yep,
gigs, right? So you want to be able to incorporate them, but you also, like you said, feedback was really important, and you want to be able to control your speakers better. All of that
yeah,
is inside the Alto, all of that, and very small learning curve. Runs off the same kind of standard app setup, pretty straightforward. It's not burying you with a whole bunch of other things you don't need. And I think you're gonna, and considering that you're gonna set it and leave it most of the time, even though it
right.
has the cap active controls on it, like it's not sliders,
Hmm.
I think in your case is probably even better because you'll have it tucked away, and maybe you'll have it on a rolling tray drawer, and it'll be really good. But I think that's a perfect controller for a DJ to add on because now you're really stepping up the professional equipment that you have. Besides having the controller and the speakers and all the microphones, that mixer gives you that little je ne sais quoi,
Yeah.
mousse bouche, as they say,
Yeah, it's a
just to get
16
things going.
channel, and the thing I do love about it too that you had made mention previously is that it has a lot of aux output. So if I want to run subs separately or different, or
You want to
or
monitor, you
yeah,
want
monitor
video
speakers, or
monitors, everything.
yeah, yeah, there's a whole lot of good options for that. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited about it, man. I can't wait
I
to
am. I'm
to
very
play with
excited.
it.
I'm glad somebody's getting it, and then we're going to be able to talk about it because
Yeah,
I think it's an amazing piece of hardware. I'm a
The
super
only
fan
thing
of
is
it.
it's huge, man. I looked at the YouTube. It's like
Well,
this
yeah,
wide. Like it's big. I'm like,
yeah,
damn.
of course it is. Of course it is. I mean, it's a digital mixer. It's not petite, you know. But once you have the cables hooked up to it in the back and stuff like that, I mean, you figure it out. You're a smart guy.
Yeah.
You figure that out. You'll have fun with that. I'm just checking to see are people already DMing me? No. Okay. So remember, send me link to Guitar Center. Tell me why you want it. If you have to, use your record button, the mic button on the actual DM message. Give me content, give me detail. Because just saying, is this a good mixer? I'm just going to say,
Yes.
here's my affiliate link. Yes, it is. Because,
Yeah.
if that's all James asked me was, is this a good mixer? I would have said, yes, it is. Because there's nothing wrong. You're all very smart people who pick very smart things. My job is just to help you filter it out. Like, that's it. So, what do we got? What do we got? The XZ has feedback suppression.
So JTech's question was: is speaker placement critical in feedback elimination when you're not running your controller through an external mixer like I was last night? How good is feedback elimination?
It's absolutely speaker placement. People are obsessed with having their speakers like this. We talked about this once, like this.
Yeah.
Actually, this week, because I was in a show hole, decided to watch it. My wife during supper time. Watch what's his name, Ramsey. Okay, Ramsey has a special on, right? Being Gordon Ramsay. Anyways, he's building a restaurant in the top floor of a building. Blah 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 blah. That's not important. The point is that he was at the launch party, and there was a DJ, and of course, just like James, I'm looking at what the DJ's doing in the background of this launch party, and they were talking right here. They were talking just left of the DJ, but right in front of the speaker,
Yeah.
microphone in hand, right in front, speakers right behind him. What the DJ did is he took the speaker and he literally turned the speaker on a 45-degree angle. So he got the actual cardioid of the speaker out of the way. So
Interesting. Yeah.
that's very important. You got to move. Think of your cardio on your speaker, right? If it's got a 90 degree off of it, let's say we're just going to say 9 because it's an easy number. It's got 90 degrees. That means it's 45 this way and it's 45 that way.
Yeah.
So if you have a head table that's like right off to the side here, turn the speaker away during the services. It's sometimes the reason why it's good to have speakers on poles because it's very easy to just go,
Yeah. Exactly.
just
Yeah.
pin the speaker away and you're good. But again, they were 3 feet away from the speaker. The DJ had moved the speaker on a 45-degree angle, if not more, from the actual speaking area. He turned it actually more towards him. So this way it was facing away from where they were over here because it was dead on right behind them before.
Yeah.
So, and again, placement of your speakers, the direction they're pointing at, how high they are, all very, very big. And if you don't have a mixer and you don't have all those type of things, and someone is talking and they have a standard mid to high voice, if your controller, hopefully your controller also controls your mics. If it doesn't, for like high and low, James said he was like trying to get it out by going up and down. You only want to alter one. You don't want to try and alter both because usually only one's going to solve the problem. If you turn it down, then you usually have to compensate with volume, and that just brings the problem back. But I think James's problem is because he was using. By the way, these guys wanted me to review another microphone, and I went, dude, only if you send me a mixer. They didn't get back to me. So yeah, he had one of
Yeah.
these guys, and I am pretty sure. Da, 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 da. I'm pretty sure you might have just had your output gain on a little high. It's a very complicated wireless microphone system. It's very. People don't realize this thing is like a Cadillac of. It's got a crazy amount of setup features on it. Like that mixer can do so much. Sorry, that
So
microphone can do so much. So, but your next toy to get, James. Oh, where is it? Look, I'm gonna have to be like one of those Vanna Whites. Anyways, Sennheisers. Very nice.
Oh yeah. Sennheisers are great. Yeah, that's what Danny
Yeah.
uses. But yeah, man, they're just too
XS
expensive for
wireless,
me.
yes. They're
Freaking $1,000 for one microphone.
Get in bed with Guitar Center, buddy.
I know, man. I know. I got to
I'm
get
telling you.
some good rep friends. The
So it'll come. It'll come.
problem is I keep pissing off all the good reps in America, and I'm befriending all the Chinese reps.
You know what? No, no, no. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You and I'm going to say this in front of everybody. Wouldn't it be cool if James started actually having audio gear reps on, like Buddy had? I don't know if you watched the video. You did watch the video by now. The guy who had the Mackie rep on.
Yeah, I watched that one. Yeah, he had that Jason Logan
Yeah.
Bardo, I think his name is. Yeah.
There's lots of great guys like that. Like for example, here in
I know. I want to
Canada,
get the
my
Guitar
Alto
Center
rep
guy
was
you were telling me
awesome. My
about.
Alto rep guy was just a fantastic guy. My Electro-Voice guy was a fantastic guy. I think that was actually my Mackie rep. He flew to Canada, I think, for a short period of time. He used to work for Gemini. So, and I have other people at Gemini, but I mean, that's, they get around. They
Yeah.
usually, some of them rep multiple things, but, that would be a good, if you had a few of those guys on your show, man, you would have a huge crowd of people. Like everybody who's there now would be there. Plus, you'd have like all these other people going, "Ooh, shit! He's gonna have somebody on from a."
It'll happen. Trust me, it's gonna happen. Just give it time.
Give it time. There you go. There
Give
you
it
go.
time.
So yeah, no, because that's a super way to get things done.
I got some good shit in the future coming up. Just gotta stay
Oh.
tuned to King's Court, baby.
There you go. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. I'm just looking. Now I'm. We talked about line race, so I don't want to get too heavy. People ask me. I have, even though you had issues with your speaker, I gotta say, as a brand goes, I'm still them and RCF.
Yeah, those are the top of the lines, no doubt about it. Like I said, the
I
speakers,
mean,
the
you got the
speakers
money.
themselves were amazing. They sounded amazing, and the feedback thing was just me not being smart enough, to make sure it didn't happen. That's all. I mean, I take full responsibility for it. I'm not blaming the
No,
speakers.
no. And like I said, I think it was just, I think how you explained to me that your microphone input was super sensitive on the actual controller.
Yeah.
Kind of tells me that the gain settings. Didn't you review this product? Didn't you go through it?
No.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, you bought that product. That was a product you bought. You didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't review
No.
that.
Yeah. I haven't. No.
Oh, you're a customer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I bought the Phoenix Pro mics. I never reviewed them. I just turned them on, and I know how to scan and sync it, and that's it. I never messed with nothing else.
It's amazing how easy it is. But like
Yeah.
I said, it's got a create. When I got the microphones, I took them out and said, "Oh, this is really nice." And then I went through it and I went, "Holy shit! The stuff that's on this microphone is bonkos." Like, I mean, there's so much on that microphone.
Yeah.
And
Well, my whole thing was I never had a problem before, ever. I've been using them for 3 years, I think. I've never had an
rooms.
issue.
No, it was the room you're in. Because if you never had a problem even with those speakers before,
Well, no, that's the
speaker
first time
with
I've
the
used
room.
those speakers.
First time you used those speakers.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
just
a
got
new
'em.
buy? Yeah, you just got them.
Yeah.
They must have been badass though, eh? They must have been like.
They were awesome. I love them. Yeah, they're great speakers. That's what I mean. Like that's why I'm not blaming them,
You just got to tune into them now. You just
I just got to pay attention more, and I got to learn more, man. Like I've been lazy, and I didn't read the manual of the Phoenix Pro. I put it at 12 o'clock, the gains on the microphones,
Yeah.
and that's it. I've been using them like that forever.
Yeah. Well, now you have a controller to go with your fancy speakers.
Yeah, now I got a mixer. I got to
Well, that's
learn.
it. Everybody's talking. It's like, yes, auto scan, but it's amazing how much more these things. Once you have to really, you can watch this video from this guy, an expert on. He talked about it way too much. Anyways, but I go through everything, show you. And if you're still having, I'll just do the video over again. And I was like, okay, this one's specific. So did we get any questions besides the mixer?
Let's see.
Oh, excuse me. Here I am burping up my fabulous supper. Ugh.
Yeah, guys, if y'all put a question in the chat, put it in there again because there's been like 6,000 comments of y'all just talking to each
just
other.
copy and paste it to back in. I don't feel bad if you do that because that's my fault. I'll scroll up a bit here and see. But here we go. Let's go right here. We got Never Not Whamma. Yeah. People have got some names, I tell you.
Never not Wama. What?
So, hey, there you go. It's like people want to hear other people. It's like, you know what?
They want to hear you say it.
I'm gonna come up with a funky, crazy saying
Yeah.
and put that on a YouTube channel or on a. So when I go on people's website, I'll ask questions that have
Yeah, my
people's
YouTube
opinions.
handle is Drew Peacock. Drew Peacock? Drew Peacock? Where are we?
Drew
Drew Peacock.
Peacock. Drew Peacock. There we go. Yes.
Oh my
So
god.
yeah, so he's got a question. He's got a question. He's got an XR 18. Oh my gosh, I guess I got to hang on to that one if I don't want it to fly away. Everybody's just coming in there now hot. All right. Why are you doing that? Just click off there. There we go. Yeah. Hey guys, ordered a set of Altos TS 412s and a Behringer XR 18. So, you get question. Got a question. Here we go. Do I EQ on the speaker app or on the mixer app? Ooh, that's a great question. That's a deep question. I love deep questions. That's a deep philosophical question. When do you EQ and what do you EQ on? I love that
Does
question.
it matter if you do? I mean, either one. Does it really
Okay,
matter?
be consistent. That's the most important. Now, if you EQ on now, if you're Behringer with that Behringer, I would just EQ the shit out of everything on there. I would just use the Behringer and get very, very comfortable because you also have to get used to an app. Now, digital, if you're using it from scratch and it's first time and you're using it, you want to use the Behringer. Now, the only time you're going to go fiddle with the back of your speaker when it comes to turning up and down the bass is if you're doing some small modification. If you're a DJ like James and you're out on different gigs in different places, you're not setting up for a church. If you're setting up for a church, you'll never touch the speakers because you'll set up for the room and that's it. If you're setting up for a permanent bar installation or club installation, you'll just set up the mixer and never touch the speakers. But if you're DJing, you may find it easier to lock in your mixer into the best settings you know when you practice at home and then just turn around and maybe just turn up and down the bass or treble depending on if the room's got a less people in it or if there's a lot of carpeting cables and all kinds of lots of dense there's lots of material in the room and I'm talking people are dense, right? So if the room is full of stuff, then you turn the bass down a bit on the speaker. You don't flat is fine, but that's how you would adjust on the back of the speaker. That's only because it's become convenient for you. But you have to become natural like I do, where when I finish using the equipment somewhere, I hit the reset button and I reset the speaker. Always reset the speaker because you don't remember to do it the next time. And you may have something that's got more punch to it or more highs. So if you reset it at the end of the night, you're good to go the next time. But I would definitely first set up your mixer so it sounds the best with your speakers wherever you're using them and try them at lower mid volume and then just modify the actual speaker in the room that you're going to have them in. But that would be my opinion. It's a very good mixer, so you don't really have to do much with the speakers. Good set of
Yeah.
speakers, great app, great app. James never, by the way, he's never experienced the alto.
Nope. Not until my mixer gets in.
No, but I'm talking the speakers are
Yeah,
really.
no, on the
I mean, you know
speakers.
what? In the class that they're in. So if you ever notice, everybody gets right. I don't say budget. I don't say price. I say class. The tier that it's in, which has a whole bunch of other speakers, it sounds really nice, like a studio quality. If you're in a band, if you have somebody who's very picky about the sound quality of their speakers, really, really nice when it comes to the quality of sound. Doesn't sound boomy, doesn't sound mid-range, doesn't have that popping sound out of it. It just the sound just comes off of it as if it's a nice set of studio monitors, and it does it with volume. So very nice, very nice. DSP, I keep it flat. DSP, so I must have missed the first half of that conversation because
Well, he just said, "Do I keep the speakers flat then, since you're doing it through the mixer?" And that's
yes,
what Buddy said.
keep it flat. And like I said, if you go into a room, like if somebody's decided to open up an entire hall space for you and you only have 50 people at a wedding and the room holds like 300 people, then you're going to have to turn the highs down a little bit on the speaker and turn the bass up 2 or 3 notches. Now remember you did that because you're gonna lose volume on that, but you're gonna get better bass response and you're not gonna sound so echoey in the room because you're adjusting for the room. But if it's the other way around, if you're at a wedding where they're jamming 500 people in a space for 250 because they're like that, you're gonna have to turn the bass down because that room is going to be so dense with sound that you're going to need that mid domination. So that highs have to carry and fill that room, even though there's a lot of people in it. So you may have to make that adjustment. Again, I'm not changing the EQ because the EQ is set for the way you like to perform, for the way your microphones like to be set up, the way you want to hear the speakers play in that room. Because no two DJs are the same, just like no two engineers or sound technicians are the same. It's like going to get coffee. Every barista, let's be fancy, barista is different. That's what a DJ is. DJ is just a barista with a nice set of speakers. So, all right. All right. I like it. Bring them on. Bring them on. It's James's turn.
So, are you going to park the Exitons now, James? That's a tough question to answer. It depends on the event. So, I have a wedding this next Saturday. I'm going to try. Well, I'm still not. I'm just gonna leave the shit in my trailer. So, I'm probably gonna take the Mauis to them as well. But if I get a feedback issue again this next Saturday, then I'll be going back to the Exitons. But yeah. So that's that. But I don't know. I mean, I'll bust out the Exitons whenever I want to. I like using different stuff all the time. So that's another thing. It's like I'm always changing the stuff I'm using just
James
because
lives
it's
on
fun.
the edge.
Yeah, I do. It makes it more fun.
So, and I want to be the big brother in the room here and say something. So,
Okay.
there's and when
Please
it comes
do.
to speakers, there's no like there. Oh, this is better. Oh, my nose is gonna go.
Uh-oh.
There's no bigger or better. This is that better than that. They're all different.
Yeah.
And again, remember, I call things in stages. So they roughly prices kind of fiddle in the same thing. And then if you're a person that needs to do bigger venues, bigger size, you're gonna go to the second tier, or you're gonna go to the third tier. So your price and power goes up. But you
Yeah.
start here for a lot of people because if I was starting to DJ tomorrow, I'm not stupid. It doesn't matter that I can do a sound tech for 5,000 people. I'm only going to DJ for like 150. And there's no fucking way I'm going to take any serious money for being a DJ. So I'm going to start at a reasonable spot and work my way up, or work for somebody on the side. Go, yeah, I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
I'll be like James. I'll buy a controller, go to work tomorrow. I'm okay. I got my Newmark Mix Track Pro FX. Good to go.
Yeah. It's fine. It'll get the job done.
By the way, yes, James can DJ just as good, by the way, on that controller that I have as he could on his Rain, or if
Yep.
I drop two Pioneer, decks in front of him and a controller in the middle. He'd pull off the same shit on all of them. It just
That's
looks better
facts.
though.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Jay
So,
Tech
but,
says, Robin, have you ever used a Behringer Flow 8? I traded some gear for one and planning on using it for the Exitons. Supposedly, everybody on like the Facebook pages for Exiton says if you lower the 8K frequency, it makes the Exiton sound better.
I talked about that too myself. I don't need to buy anything for that, by the way. There's an app for that. Anybody who's got Exiton should download one or two apps. I mentioned that last time. It was my Magic Pill, and that is the Sound FX for PCs. And then you can get a digital mixer. I forget what it's called. Mac Mix or Max EQ for a Mac, and you can dial in pretty close to 8,000 hertz. You can swing it right in. You create a tight V right at 8,000, and that should help pull away. And it didn't cost you anything. It was free because you got to pull it out of everything. It's just, I'll explain that in a second for everybody. I'm just pulling up, but I want to see this Behringer thing. I remember it was everybody on Facebook was talking about it.
Yeah, the Flow 8. I actually ordered one, and it said it wasn't going to be here for like another 10 days or something, so I canceled the order. I'm like, I'm not waiting that long, bro. This is 2026.
Oh, that's what you sent me. Oh, that's right. You sent me with that. You said that, and I went. Anyway, James sends it to me. And he knows I'm not a fan of, and it's not the brand Behringer.
Yeah.
It's the guy who's in charge of Behringer. I could bring up videos, and then we'll get sued or something. Like I said, seriously, if you're out there after this, say what's the problem with the CEO of Behringer, and you're gonna find a whole bunch of videos of people going, "Oh, the CEO of Behringer came after me," blah blah blah. It's like, oh my gosh, this little guy. It's a neat little product. Here, I'm gonna bring it up here. We'll bring it. Let's bring it up on Amazon. All right. And we'll throw that up on the screen here because lots of people talk about this. You're absolutely right. And it's not Amazon.com, so it's okay. And share the screen. Share what screen? Share this screen. Please share now. Thank you. All right. This little thing, which goes on your phone, all it is it's got a fancy EQ in it. It's got a fancy little bunch of little things in it. I think you can control everything with the little jog wheel.
Yeah.
By the way, you can all count yourself very privileged because it took James a week to get me to say this. He asked me the question on Monday, and I only got back to him after like 3 times, like
Yeah.
Friday. It was like all week just to, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
It was like all week long. Dude, I could have bought it and had it here and sent it back by now. But it's 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 a neat. I guarantee you, it's a copy of something else because everything.
I just don't. I just can't understand how that little Behringer, because in America it's like $180. How can that thing have a better sound card and sound better than my $2,500 Rain Performer? Like I don't
No,
understand it.
it doesn't. It's just doing something different. It's all that's all it is. I'm not saying it's not making a better sound. It's just allowing you to do something that your Rain controller can't do. Right? That's all it is. I mean, I'd have to read the specs on your Rain, but I'm sure it's like 96 or 128 bit on a 24 bit. Yeah, I'd say 190 92 kilohertz. So, but it's only as good as the music you put into it, anyways. Which is probably that's what you're putting into it. Probably putting 16 over 192 when you're downloading all your audio files. So,
Yeah.
but that being said, no, like I said, this is all about this little thing right here. This little selector jog wheel. You can use the app, but you'll turn that. It'll turn the little displays. You'll mess around with the EQ. You'll drop the 800. I mean, this is probably just the cheapest way to get a digital EQ. I do like
Yeah.
the fact that it has monitor one, send monitor two, so you can plug your subs in here if you really wanted to, and your main speakers up here. It's simple. There's nothing wrong with it. Uh, just that the CEO is crazy. So, but that's it. I mean, it's got some effects on it. It's got some basic stuff on it. I mean, this is if I'm going to spend money on Behringer, I'm going to spend my money on this. People who buy like spend 2 grand on like the 32 channel digital or the 16 channel digital. I've always said it's like I don't. It's like somebody saying they're spending $2,000 on Pile Pro Audio on Pile Audio. It's
Yeah.
like I sold a lot of Pile Audio. I would never sell anything from Pile that cost $2,000, but for some reason you put Behringer's name on it, and it's the same stuff with a different name on it, and they're just selling it like hotcakes. So I just buy Soundcraft, but that's just a me. So look at that. We talked about a thing. We did a thing. We talked about a thing. Uh, I tried doing it the freeway. So this goes back to if you're having a frequency problem like that, try doing it the freeway. Plus, the surround effect that you get. I mean, if you're on a PC, you don't get this on a Mac. So I'm sorry if you're a Mac user, you're not going to get this. But if you're on a PC, you will never turn off that software program. You'll have it running all the time in the background because it's just basically acts as a filter between what you're doing. So it goes in between your sound card and your output drive. So so it just adds this little processor in the middle, and it's just the sound is incredible. The dynamic surround sound that comes off it just from the 2 speakers, beautiful. It adds a lot more fullness, so it separates out the stereo signal a bit, so it gets bigger, bolder sound out of it. It's very nice. Plus, you could control a little bit of the old feedback with it because you can calm it down. You can adjust the frequency a little bit better. Like I said, it sits between your controller. So it's between your software. We go to the processor through this effects sound card that's running in the background is the app. So instead of going sound card back out to your speakers, it goes your controller through this effects card, then to the sound card going out, which could probably still be in your controller because you're using right now. You use your controller
Yeah.
as your sound card to plug your speakers into. When you
Mm-hmm.
get the new mixer, don't be that DJ that runs cables between your controller and your mixer. They're all connected to the same computer. Just use the sound card master out right to the actual, so it'll be, you're still controlling the main volume, like your controller doesn't change, but instead of using that, it's going to pump right out of
Wait,
the
wait, wait,
actual.
wait, wait, wait. What? So you're saying run from my laptop to the mixer and not don't run any cables from my controller to the mixer?
That's right.
It'll
Fancy,
work
eh?
like that?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, for
I didn't even know
sure.
it would work like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's how I run it here. All that's why my controller has no XLR outputs on the back.
So
It
then,
doesn't matter because I don't use that sound card in the actual controller. I use the sound card in my mixer. So in the settings, right, the gear wheel in your, we run Serato or what do you use?
Serato.
It's go. I run the same thing. Just go in the gear wheel, choose the output source, right? So this way you can change it from the actual controller to the PC. And what's plugged into your PC? Your mixer. So the PC will be labeled as whatever the mixer is. And then your sound will just go out that way. So instead of going
Holy
this way,
shit.
then through some cables, and then out that way, and then cables again to the speakers.
Well, that's
Nope.
kind of cool too, because if the controller ever malfunctioned, you can just click whatever you need on the laptop while you're like turning off and turning back on your controller, and it'll still
Absolutely. It still plays.
hot shit. How about that?
There you go.
Wow.
Oh, lost the live stream. It's on my
Mind
other
is
tab.
blown. So guys
And
in the chat, Buddy, and oh yeah, Buddy doesn't even run a mixer. Any of you any of you guys in the chat ever tried hooking up your system like that? Like I've always seen people run out of their controller into the mixer. I've never seen anybody just go straight from their laptop into the
Yep.
mixer.
So I don't know how good this will reach over there. I'll just unplug it. Who gives a shit?
What's up, So? What's up? There was another person that said hi in the chat. Oh, Los Toxicos. What's up, Los Toxicos? Thanks for stopping by, man. We're not ignoring you guys. We've been on a little roll here, and
Yeah. So this is it, right? So this is, everybody's seen these kind of controllers, right? They're very popular, right? They're great to do everything you want to learn on. It's a pretty standard setup. It runs Serato. Who cares? It's all
Yeah.
good. But see that only RCA's, right? So instead, I have my mixer here. Will those cables come out? Because I'm actually running it. Ooh, hear that? Those are my fancy XLR cables just zipping along there.
okay. So what about this? What about this?
And that's
What about this?
See,
What-
XLR's coming out of here.
What if I keep my XLRs in my controller? See, I have a patch panel at the bottom of my big booth. What if I keep my XLRs from my controller going down to that patch panel, and then if for some reason I didn't want to use the mixer, I could still just run straight out of my controller from the patch panel to the speakers.
Yeah, it's just wherever you drop the cables. I mean, back and forth. I'm just saying.
Interesting.
I'm just saying
It's so
if
many
your
more
mixer's
options.
there, if your mixer's there, right? Your
My mixer's going to be
XLRs
literally right under my laptop on my
Yes.
booth. So
yeah. So I mean, your XLR cable should be there. Maybe you can run another set of XLR cables, but I mean, I don't see a reason why you'd want to. Once you know you can, and you realize how simple this is, you're basically going to say, because you know what, you want to run your mics off the mixer, you want to run everything
Yeah.
off the mixer.
Yeah, I
You
was
wanna
gonna
make
do
it
that.
as simple as possible. So, and if you don't have to run two more analog heavy XLR cables from here to there, something else you have to like cable manage, right? Because you probably have a USB hub underneath there somewhere that you plug into your Mac anyways, right? In your cable.
No, my Mac is all USB-C.
That's what I mean. But you don't have a USB-C USB adapter that you plug in that you have everything plugged into.
No, my controller's USB-C.
Oh, that's the only thing you plug in. Well, now you'll be plugging in two things. So now because where do you put your laptop when you pack up at night? What do? You take your
Put it in my
laptop off
backpack.
and it
Yeah.
goes in, huh? Always in your backpack.
Yeah,
So
put it in my backpack.
now you got to go spend $15 at the computer store, and you got to buy yourself a nice little USB-C to USB cube. That guy right there. Don't buy it. Just use that.
Yeah.
But that's it. You just want to have that, and then have your laptop and your controller plugged into that, and that can permanently stay plugged in there. When you're, because you leave everything, your table just gets packed away, and that's it. You roll out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, if everything just plugs in and rolls away. Just plugs in and rolls away. Just reading some questions.
Yeah, you might want to tell people to put like hashtag ask or
Yeah, if
question
you
or
got
something in the chat.
just
Because
question. Yeah.
they're all
Yeah,
talking with
there's so
themselves.
much
We got
conversation going. Everybody's talking.
these
Everybody's
damn
talking.
Gear Guys podcasts are starting to blow up, bro. We got like 30 people in here. This is crazy.
Oh, it's like, man, everybody just
When we started, it was like 3. Now we
Yeah,
got 30.
That's all right. That's all
Yeah,
right.
it's
Everybody's
awesome.
here. Everybody's here. Something to do on a Sunday night.
Right?
Yep. James is watching a pretty good. He sent me a link. Now I tell you, it's like we're little schoolgirls there. James is sending me text messages of, "Oh man, you gotta watch this on YouTube." He's like, it's a live show, and I'm going, and it would be odd, except for the fact that I went, "Oh fuck yeah, right," and I watched it.
Ultra Music Festival, baby.
It was Ultra. Yes, I tell you,
once a
he said, put
year.
it on. Of course, there's very few places that I'm going to say that you would send that to, and it's like I would automatically do exactly what you say. Oh, put that on. It's like, yes, it's coming. The second he said it, it just magically appeared, and it was playing throughout of 2 column arrays, and it was playing out of 2 subwoofers, instantaneous in the room. And it's like, yeah, that is good. That is good. I like that. It's not bad. That's your guy, you said. Who was that? That was in the concert doing
Oh,
the show.
one of my favorites that was playing is Afrojack. He was playing whenever I sent it to you.
Yeah.
Afrojack was playing, and then closing out the main stage tonight was John Summit. So I'm gonna. They always post their sets on YouTube afterwards, so I'll watch it tomorrow or Tuesday.
That's pretty much always playing in the background. I got the 3 TVs that are linked together that make one big giant picture, and it's like that's the shit that's usually playing. It's either was it Tomorrowland? What is it? Tomorrowland? Neverland? Yeah, Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland's another big festival.
Yeah. So it's usually 1 or 2 of them that's always playing in the background. So, but yeah. So what do we got? What do we got? Anybody actually saying the word hey? Okay. I don't know. People are talking about how things get connected. Our friend uses his Mix Track 3 has no RCA outputs at all.
Just a USB out.
Just USB out. That's what I do. I do USB. I use my mixer. Now, please, if anybody's using 3.5 headphone jack to run their speakers, stop doing that.
Yeah.
It creates a bit of a background noise. Plus, it's the wrong impedance. Amazingly enough, you're all here. You're all professionals. I'm going to say it. The voltage between RCAs, like your home audio equipment, your regular, stuff that you would have at home, that's 3.5. That's RCA. That is not the same as XLR and quarter inch. XLR and quarter inch runs at 1.25 volts. The other stuff runs at 75 volts. Don't buy what university audio guy, like somehow this guy went from 5 years ago. He's like the biggest dude. I don't, like for some reason, he's like Jesus when it comes to setting up audio equipment. You know what I'm talking about? The university. Like all the church people go to him now. Like church people used to come to me, but they all go to him. But anyways, he's like half my age and has the same amount of hair as me. So, but 5-6 years ago, he told people just use a DI box, use some quarter inch to RCA adapters, you're fine. And he wasn't wrong. I used to say that too, and I still tell people that if you're using it at home for karaoke, you're doing setups like small stuff, I don't care. But all of a sudden, he got sponsored by a company who made fancy DI boxes that had, had line level impedance adjustment. So from minus 10 dB to plus 4 dB adjustments. And these things cost like $200 a pop. Now all of a sudden he's plugging, if you want to fix your line level situation to your spend $200. And I'm saying, what the fuck? You see, you don't have to. I mean, and plus, I mean, people trust this guy. Like this guy says something like that, people are going to trust him. Now, if you look on most speakers that have especially Bluetooth on them, so your Exotons probably have this. If you look, even your Mauis might have this because they've got a lot of digital mixer on the back. You may have a 3.5 input jack on the back, an aux input, or RCAs. Especially now, think about it, that's worth $100 as an adapter. If you were to buy a proper connector to hook that up through. So when you see a mixer and people go, I used to be the same thing. I have actually said it in videos like 5-6 years ago, where I poo-pooed on mixers going, they're calling the 3.5, Mackey's notorious for this. They have a 6-channel mixer and they call it an 8-channel because they have 3.5-inch jack. And they're calling that jack channel 7 and 8. They're not wrong, but it's like, really, dude?
Yeah.
But it turns out if you financially look at the adapter that would make that happen properly, it's $100. So it's okay. All right, fine. Put the adapter on there, save the customer, save the person who's going to use the money. They'll never know, though, they're saving money because it's just like, I've got this jack down. So, but please, whoever has a friend who's using their controller with just, if anybody's, just get $100 mixer and use the sound card in the mixer is much better. Just saying. Wow, James, how you feeling? You still all tired out, tuckered?
Yeah, I'm still tired. So Entertainment says, when are the Leviathans coming out? I mean, bro, we don't know
It
yet.
takes a little while.
Yeah, we don't know yet. Trust me, you'll be the first to know as soon as we know something.
I will be dancing the jig. I will be sitting here, and it's the first things first. First thing is right now you have to be considerate. I'm not like monster sized company in doing this, so I have to be considerate that when I go to a much bigger company and ask for their support in building a speaker, because I believe in partnership is better than trying to figure everything out by scratch. And so this way we get it right and we get it to you fast, because some of these companies can really help out dramatically. Once we're past that hurdle, then we're going to start talking about the path. And then people will be able to look at opportunities. So we'll talk about,
Yeah.
Right now, if you see my podcast, I'm doing I've got a 15 video series. And this is all the research that I'm doing for Leviathan. And I'm learning so much, and I'm really expanding so much more information, because I have to have a serious conversation with these people. So I have to take what I know here and I need to bump it up there. So even though I know that, I don't have all the terminology, and it's not something I normally talk about because it's like something that rattles in your head and you know what's going on, so but you can't get it out of your mouth, so you don't bother. Now it's like really stepping on the gas on all these extra things, and I'm taking the opportunity while I focus on that to create these videos, these podcasts, blogs, whatever we want to call it, about very unique individual conversation points. So I'm not sitting there in front of a camera rehearsing 50,000 times. I'm literally reading it, editing it. It sounds a little robotic sometimes, but I want to get all that information, an entire script done in one sitting, and it takes a while. So, but all that is all for the Leviathan. So, and hopefully I'm supposed to get a call this week. I'm supposed to be on a conference call or an email or something like that this week about the speakers. So hopefully will be a slightly better conversation next week. But for now, it's still, because if they say no, I've got like 3 other companies to go to, but these guys are the people I want to partner with. So I'm really working hard to get them the green light, the project, which also means I get to fly down and see James, because it's his neck of the woods. So
Awesome.
So there you go. All right. What do we got?
That would be dope. Los Toxicos says, just a quick question. What's the best setting for the external mixer on the volume knobs, like bass, mids, and highs, so I don't redline as much?
I know redlining is always a problem. So first of all, let's back up two steps. What you can drop in the thing what speakers. I don't remember what speakers he has if he's mentioned it already or not. So
I don't know.
now, okay. So the first thing, your limiter is your DSP in your speaker telling you that the capacitors are almost empty. Those are your reserve gas tanks in your speakers. So if your speaker has four of these extra little gas tanks that hold on the power, so this is how a speaker that draws 240 watts from the wall can get 400 watts to the speakers. Because I mean, you can't invent math. There's only 240 watts coming in on the rails. How do we get more power? Well, we're going to save it. We'll save it for later because the output to the speakers can be a fire hose. Even though we only have a garden hose going into the pool, we can suck water out faster if we need it. The problem is the pool only holds so much water. That's what your limit light is telling you. When you start sucking from the tank, you're not damaging anything. You're just sucking more water out of your swimming pool than you're putting into your swimming pool. That's why the limit light's going on. So if the limit light's going on less than 50% of the time, then we're keeping our swimming pool at least half full all the time. Now, if you're trying to the original question, keep that, you have to look at what your room size is. You don't want to have anything plus or minus more than 3 dB on your mixer or controller. So if you're trying to get more bass out of your system, I hate to say it, you needed to bring it with you. You can't magically, you can put more bass, but that means you're going to take away volume. Because if I add
Yeah,
3
that's
dB on my bottom end, that means I'm going to lose 3 dB on my top end. So I've lost my overall 3, but I've added a little extra 3 down here.
yeah. I remember
So
you mentioning that before on a previous episode. You said like if you add 3 dB in one area, you have to take it away from a different area.
yeah, it's got to come out of something, right?
Yeah.
Like your 100% is only 100%. There's no such thing as 101. You hit the ceiling, it's music. You hit the ceiling, anything past that on your mixer, you're crushing it. It's like when you hear a bad recording. It's like when you listen to one of my lives and I'm not monitoring it and it sounds like, I'm hard on the mic. That's what's happening, except you're doing it with your music, right? So you need to keep that in check. Now, if you're always hitting the limiter on your speaker, then one of two things. If you hit the limiter and you're only at like 25%, then you probably have an impedance problem, a -4 +4 issue. I would just check your cables and make sure you're doing that. Um, a simple thing I like to always mention, if you're going through the checklist of things to not do, people miss this sometimes, is they'll take a they'll take a stereo signal. So think of your quarter-inch jack, right? Your headphone jack.
Yeah.
It looks like they have it here. Use this as an example. It's very important. We have an example. So we take this, and it looks like a balanced XLR cable. Man, this is horrible. I got to hold it right to my face so this way it's in focus because of my focal points over here. So it looks like just a regular balanced cable. This is not. This is a two-channel unbalanced connection. So that is very bad. If you put this into your speaker and you turn up your speaker and you're using this type of signal, you'll have a lot of problems. You'll actually cancel out your bass or your highs. Anything that's in stereo won't play through the speaker and it'll just sound wrong. So you need to either make sure that you're not using an aux to an actual connection on a speaker. And I just use that because, I mean, it's a problem that everybody accidentally runs into and then eventually realizes like 10 hours later what they did wrong. So definitely be careful about that. Using adapters is fine as long as you keep your adapters and your connection either a balanced XLR or a balanced quarter-inch. If at any point in time you're going 3.5 out of something that you normally would listen to with headphones, that can never be plugged into the back of the speaker unless the speaker has an aux in. So it's not the channel 1, channel 2 with the combo jacks. It's not the quarter-inch 3 and 4. It would be that next channel next to it that only has the 3.5 aux input. That would be the same as using a headphone jack. So there. Now, again, most people would never hit a problem with a +4, -4 situation. unless you're mixing consumer with commercial products. So when you see some speakers that have a switch, is because now people are, I can't believe I'm going to say this, people are using JBL party boxes to DJ with. Have you seen that?
No.
They're using like JBL party boxes, and then they're putting subwoofers underneath them to add more punch.
I mean, it
Which
doesn't
is
surprise me, but
it's got a
people will
speaker
do.
pull on the bottom of it. It's got people are looking at it because it's got a speaker pull on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, by the way, those ones when you buy the JBLs, not the generic ones, not like the other every other brand who uses the cheapest amp possible. We're talking the JBLs. Why would you spend $2,000 and then use it for DJing? But people will do that. It's got subwoofer pole on it. They put it, and they even put a sub on it. It's like, geez. But anyways, that would be hooked up with the proper, 3.5. You may have to switch it back into sub, but that's it. So overdrive, yeah, overdrive audio all the time. Yeah, some DJs, yes, some DJs do. James doesn't.
What? Oh no, I push my speakers fucking hard, bro. I push them to the max. I want to blow one, honestly. I think it'd be fun.
You got a spare? You got a spare?
I got like
Yes.
20 spares. What are you talking
No, but
about?
at the show, right?
Oh yeah. Yesterday in my
I'm just
trailer,
paranoid. I'm just
I had
crazy.
my trailer. I had the Everse 12. I had the Everse 8 from Ceremony. I always have a bunch of stuff with me, but
You always have a bunch of stuff kicking around.
oh yeah. So
Yeah.
Entertainment says, ask, should I be worried about comb filtering when using my column arrays? You should be worried about everything, man. Everything.
I'm not,
I
I'm
don't worry
not.
about shit.
Well, no. Most people are fine with that. I mean, the problem is you start realizing something. You watch a video and somebody says the word cone filtering. You're going, oh my god, I got to worry about that. It's like, you know what? You go to a concert. They've got the hang line arrays in the front, the top, they come down, they curl down, right? And then
Yeah.
sometimes you're in a stadium and there's lots of people sitting to the left and right, and then they'll have side fill column arrays coming down. That's where you would really like, you got to worry about, oh, I need to make sure I'm not going to have any comb fill. Well, that's when bad sound comes from your box and it interferes with sound from somewhere else or it reverberates into something else creating it. So he's most likely concerned about, how good his speakers are going to sound. Speaker placement, your speakers are like, 9 feet apart. You shouldn't have any problems between your speakers causing any interference in between each other from cone filtering problems. Reflection, I'd be more worried about feedback and making sure your speakers are at least towed out or towed in if you're very close to the head table like James was, where people were causing interference problems. That would probably be my biggest thing, especially with column. Problem is that they're all so nice now, where they're fixed, right? This whole new fixed program where we're going to go with a fixed one. People don't want to move. They feel like my son, everything should be straight.
Yeah,
Nah,
it just looks, it doesn't look like aesthetic, It just looks
no,
weird.
I know, but
Yeah.
it's if it was up to me, I mean, one of the products I would make is a 7 or 8 foot scrim panel, that would be like three-sided that just basically would pop open like a tent boot, right? And then would be just this thing. And I don't care what speaker you have, you just put this in front and it has a light bar in the back of it and it lights up and you don't even see the speakers. I don't care what kind of speakers you have, black speakers, orange speakers, purple speakers. I don't care. I'm going to put this white scrim column in front of my speaker, cover the sides and the front, and I don't care. It'll be like 24 inches by 24 inches. It'll cover the sub and the top, and that'll be it. Nobody will ever see what I have. It's covered up nice and pretty. So, but oh, by the way, um, that thing where Gordon Ramsay was having his thing, I don't think anybody gave a shit to the fact the guy was using point source speakers. He had some massive speakers set up in this restaurant, which people pay. Like this project was costing him $30 million or something like that. It's like ridiculous.
Jeez.
Like everybody's there. People pay like $500 a head to eat dinner at this place, and he had these speakers set up, and nobody was upset. Um, yeah, you get coffee anytime. Yeah, if exactly. So we're back to the coffee. I'm not going to say it's exponentially that people say it like I've had 4 speakers hooked up in a small space, and they've been all like literally fanning out from around themselves, like literally like 3 feet, 4 feet apart, and then a foot and a half away, I had another 2 columns pointing out to fill like an entire like semicircle area. I mean, yes, you're supposed to have them all straight, but if as long as you try and minimize the overlap, you shouldn't have that big of a deal. Not at the volume levels that we're going to play it at, or for the amount of people we're playing it at. Now, if we were doing, it's exponentially a problem, right? So if you're in a church and the church has seating for 5,000 people, you really start to have to worry about shit like this. But if you're DJing in a hall, you're lucky if you're not stuck in the corner next to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Who's that? You know, again, how do I end up watching these videos? And my wife is, we're watching it because you know why we watch these things stupid late at night just before going to bed. The Shuffle Couple,
Yeah.
they were showing their floor map, and she goes, "Is that in front of the bathroom?"
Oh yeah.
Man, could you imagine the smell after supper coming and going right by you? Ooh, dude, man, should have did that at home.
Oh my God.
Just think about it. Oh man, nasty, nasty. Yeah. So, anyways, here we go. See, let's not get too hyped up about cop filter. I know scientifically it's a bad thing. Scientifically, it's a bad thing. But you know what? The best thing I can say about all of this when it comes, so this is what I do, and this is what I suggest to everybody. This is why I don't feel bad about stacking 2 different subwoofers or having different points. Dial in 1 speaker at a time. See how it sounds, see how it goes. I dialed the subwoofer in separate, no other speaker playing. I just want to hear the bass rolling off. I want to hear the bass. If I'm concerned about, I'm using a different subwoofer because I was doing tests by having an 18-inch with 2 8s on top. I wanted to see how that sounded close and far. So I wanted to hear those two together because they'll give off 2 completely different setups. And I test them both separate, and then I test them together, and I created more bass at more points, and it wasn't canceling anything else out. So I'm going, this is a good setup. Don't be shy to test and answer your questions on the site, because you know you might one day that works out really well, and the next day you use it somewhere else and you go, fuck. Instead of making more bass, I'm canceling out my bass. Or the same thing, run your point source, then run your sub with your meter, and then run them together and see if you're building up the bass or if you're canceling out the bass. Because sometimes you cancel it out and you're going, well, I keep giving it more volume, it just sounds like shit, or I'm not getting the bass. You're actually, the more you turn up the volume, the less bass you're going to get because you're canceling it out. It's very exciting. Ooh, it's tense. I got a question that actually says, question, Robin, is there any analog mixers out there with mic talkover built into it? I used to have speakers like that. And with talkover, you know what?
My controller has that. My controller has that. The Performer has
You're more likely to
talkover.
see it in a controller. I've seen it in speakers. I've seen it in controllers.
That's just called ducking, right?
Yeah, talkover is
Yeah.
the generic term is a talkover that I've seen written on a lot of speakers and controllers, stuff like that. I haven't seen it on a mixer per se, but it doesn't say that digital mixers won't have that built into it. Better mixers probably do. It's nice to have, though. It's a neat little feature. I've seen it actually on external mixers with microphones, and like when I do karaoke stuff, most people don't watch that unless you're into karaoke, but there's some weird shit going on there. But no, I would have to do some research. This would be like the James thing. I'd have to read a manual, but I'd get back to you if I read a manual.
Maybe put that one into ChatGPT or whatever. It can research all the mixers right away and tell you which ones have talkover.
It's gonna lie to you half the time.
Probably, yeah.
It doesn't. You know what? I've researched blah blah blah, and I got this answer. And it's like, are you sure? And then it goes back and it says thinking. Then like a minute later it comes back. You're right. I found this, and it's like, okay, so you know, a lot of times I always ask the question a couple of different ways, and then I fact check it, and then a lot of times and I'm amazed at how much more I know from chit chat and in the grapevine, and then I'm like correcting ChatGPT. It's like I was trying to figure out how many companies had merged, and I was amazed at finding out how many companies had merged after COVID. And then I realized there was a pattern. It was all these companies that were huge during COVID. So like, um, what Soundright, or what's it called? The audio interface guys. I think they're called Soundright or Right, whatever.
I don't know.
Focusrite bought a company. I was telling you last time that Rode bought Mackie, and Prosonus bought somebody else. I'm going, because they all got rich off COVID, and
Damn.
all the speaker companies got poor because they couldn't sell their shit, right? And yeah, so it was a big mergers. Three companies did three merger process, and I was trying to figure this out with ChatGPT, and I was like, ChatGPT's going, no. I said, no, check, dude. I was in a conversation, a chat bot, and I was listening to the Mackie rep said it, and he did some homework, and came back. You're right. The guy in the video was right. And it's like, well, there you go. I get that all the time with that shit. So yeah, Denon is part of In Music. Rain is in part of In Music. Newmark is part of In Music. Alto is in music. Kai Professional is part of In Music. I can go on and on. That is one of the most brand heavy companies ever. That guy's bought in so many companies. It's absolutely crazy. At least he's not In Music. At least is owned by a guy who gives a shit about music. That's what I can say about that. Because that guy, it's most of these things get bought up by investment firms. These people that just it's like they buy up car washes and then they put them in a package, and you pay twice as much for your car wash, or they buy camper parks or trailer parks and then they double the rent, and then they put them in an investment package. They just give a shit about investment stuff. It's like Pioneer,
Yep.
owned by an investment company now. They've been owned by an investment company for a little while, but what do they call now? Alpha what?
Alpha Theta.
Alpha Big Dog? Alpha with a
Yeah,
big D?
stupid name. Sounds like a college fraternity.
I know. It sounds like they want to be a Formula race car team. It's like, you know,
Um,
Red Bull Alpha. Join the
yeah.
losing team. Not you race for you race for Red Bull. Oh, that's awesome. I race for Alpha. Oh, okay. I thought you actually raced on a real team. I was no, this is not, Alpha's not Red Bull. Alpha's just a guy that goes around and makes jokes all day. Um, yeah, I go off on a rant sometimes. I just lose myself in thought, and then I talk about it. I have both riffs. Again. So I did answer the question. I have my name to it. Yes, I did. Okay. Some Barrier Maxers. Yeah. See, people are answering their own questions without us. They came here for answers, and they're not getting. They realize, stop asking them questions. They're not answering the questions.
Right now, I'm debating on a Flex 10. What do you guys think? I mean, a Flex 10 is a nice controller. It took the place of the DDJ 1000 SRT and the 1000 for Record Box, and that I used that one for probably 3 years, and I loved that controller. I'm kind of sad I sold it. I should have kept it because I like the sound of Pioneer controllers better. My Rain, when I switched to Rain, I switched because that's what Danny, my mentor, was using, and he was bringing me to a lot of events, and he was asking me to DJ. And I'm like, bro, I've never used a Rain product ever, so I didn't know where any of the buttons that I wanted to push were, and I was trying to figure out. And so instead of looking like a dumbass, like, because I went to one event with him, and I was like, man, I was like a bad DJ because I couldn't figure out where all the damn stuff was. So I sold my 1000 and bought the same controller he had, which was the Rain 1 with the spinning platters. I bought that off Facebook Marketplace. I took it home and I started practicing on it. So then the next time I went out with him, I sounded like myself. And I've been using Rain ever since then. But I noticed that the mics to me sound better, and the music sounds better out of a Pioneer controller. So it just is what it is. But So the Flex 10, I don't know. I haven't used the Flex 10, but I imagine it's really good. You know, I mean, it's their flagship basically, other than the $3,000, uh, standalone units. So I think it's their flagship controller. So it should be great.
By the way, DJ Davis, so I'm long-winded with my answers. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I can be long-winded because I do get sidetracked on the conversations on my answers. So, but I also feel like it's a I can't I have a horrible time just telling somebody yes or no. Is this a problem? No. I always feel like
You have to
I
give the
have to
both
be like our
sides of
prime
the
minister.
argument.
It's a Canadian thing. It's like I
Yeah.
always have to prove my homework. It's like when you ask Google something and then it turns around, what's 4 times 2? 8. 8 because if you take 4 and you have 2 of those 4s because you asked for times 2, that would be 8. So 8 times 2 is 4. And it's like eventually I got so frustrated. Like it's always like I'm asking like kilos to pounds and all this kind of stuff all the time. It's like why do you have to always explain your homework to me? I trust you on the answer. It's not a complicated question. I just don't want to take the time to do it. You know, it's like I've got 2.3 pounds. How much is that in kilos? Just the answer, please. And it's
That's
like,
1 kilo.
wow. It's whatever it is, and it's like, but it has to explain the conversion rate and this and that. It's like, dude, it's not like I'm asking you the weather for the day here. Just tell me the answer. So I asked, I said, how do you get the answer? And you say, please just give me the answer 2. And I'm going, why can't I just say the other thing? Because I always want the answer. Maybe I don't. It's like, so I have to say more words because my new AI assistant, Gemini, just can't shut the fuck up. Shitification there, buddy. Shitification. At Mold Beats 2018, I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Pioneers, engineers.
Way to
They
go,
showed
Whammy.
me,
I'm excited
yeah.
for you, man. He got the same mixer as me, so we're going to be learning together, my brother.
Yes, I actually, you know what? I was debating sending James a non-disclosure agreement.
For what?
Shit.
Oh, for shit. You're not allowed
Shit.
to speak of anything ever.
No, no, because you know what? Don't repeat what comes out of my mouth. It's because like I may say something that I don't want repeated. So here's a non-disclosure agreement. Come on, I had to send a couple of those out to do this because again, we're our code word project name is called Leviathan. So that's the secret project name to our not so secret project.
That we're telling everyone about.
We're telling everybody
Okay.
it's a secret project. So, but because, like I said, there's things I can't say because I sent out non-disclosures. It's a two-way street, though, right? So it's like I don't want to make anybody look bad by saying something now that doesn't apply to, and then you have to come back and take it back, right? So it's like, you know, but I actually had to pay for all that shit. Like I'm going, God damn it, I can get it's the signatures. You got to pay for it. Anyways, there we go. Jam's probably good at keeping secrets. He's never tell me who's coming on King's Court. He won't ever tell you what's coming. Yeah, like I get pulled teeth. It's like you think this would be your launch pad, your 3-day launch pad to your show. You would end this show by launch padding your show and generating hype for your show.
Yeah.
Because that's why we're all here. So we're all here just to find out who's going to be on James's show. So
JLP says, "Hey Robin, what do you think of Yorkville speakers since that's a Canadian brand?" I,
you sure you don't want my opinion on maple syrup first?
yeah.
Well, that's a pretty good thing. By the way, the syrup is flowing very slowly this year. So let's knock off the maple syrup thing. Because it's cold during the daytime, we're not getting a lot of syrup flow off the trees. So there may be a little less maple syrup this year because we're not getting the juices flowing.
Jesus Christ. We're talking about
Now,
maple syrup now.
Now, now, as it goes for Yorkville, oh my gosh. The amazing part is,
Are they the harbinger of Canada?
no, no, no. Well, okay, they're they're primarily in Canada. They're sold, of course, because they're owned by the same company who owns the big retail chain in Canada, right? So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
they sell their products through there. They rent their stuff is like so. If you're looking for Sherman tanks for rentals and stuff like that, and you don't want to buy JBLs, you buy Yorkville. Now, again, Yorkville isn't just like this is like when you talk about like how companies, oh, like this speaker's made in Italy, this speaker's made in Germany, this speaker's made in North America. Like, I mean, I'm not talking the box, I'm talking the drivers, like the manufacturing of the drivers. I When you on Discovery Channel, they used to have a show called How's It Made? Is
Mm,
that what it
yeah.
was called? How It's Made, where they go in the factory.
Yeah.
They should have a speaker factory they go to, and they're making, professional DJs, commercial speakers. That was here. They filmed that at Yorkville, and they make the circuit boards, they make the boxes, they make the drivers and tweeters, they have a whole factory. They make all the parts. So
That's pretty cool.
it's very impressive. They actually had to make a speaker for the first time in China to compete with everybody else's, the Mackie Thrash, all those speakers. They had to go to China during COVID and have them build them first time a speaker in a plastic box, because they never built a speaker in a plastic box before. I wouldn't buy them. Okay, wait, sorry, I have to take that back. I'm trying to get sponsorship. Yes, yes, I think they're absolutely no. They're pretty pricey. I mean, if you're gonna, I don't know, they got some interesting stuff. I don't think they'll ever lend me a pair of speakers, and for that, you know, so um, they're expensive speakers. That's all I really have to say about them. There's lots of expensive speakers out there. They're just another expensive speaker box, and that's pretty much what they are. They're like SRX. They're like going all the way up to the top of the ladder. $2,000 tickets. So are they good for $2,000? They better be good. And nice part is they are made at home. They're made right here in Canada, exported to the United States with a big fat tariff. So
Oh yeah.
if you're in the U.S., they're too expensive. Just go buy a pair of JBLs or something. What is playing now? Is that me or you?
It's not me.
That's me.
This question is for James. Have you ever had a customer let you know that they hired two other DJs that really sucked and had no one dance all night? They hope your different style makes a difference. Well, I've never had a customer say they hired two other DJs, but I have had customers say at the end of the night, "Oh my God, like you're the greatest DJ we've ever heard," or I did a corporate party this past Christmas with my Exitons, by the way, and they said, "Oh my God, like we've done this event the past 5 years, and we're definitely calling you again next year because you were just so much better." And I always, I just smile and say thank you, and it is what it is. I mean, some guys focus and like put their energy into being good, and some don't. Some are just button pushers, and some just are basically human jukeboxes. And I take pride in, I only do a certain amount of events per year, and so every event I go to, I'm excited to be there, and it's like, so that's really all the difference. I mean, that's all the only way I can really explain it.
So production ones, yeah. You know what? If you're going to pay premium dollar for a product, I'm not bashing Yorkville. I'm just saying it's a premium product. I don't bash anybody who makes a premium product. He's mentioning it's like $3,400 for a pair of subs. Trust me, they're expensive. They're high quality. They're high end stuff. So I mean, they're big production gear, right? So they get used on tours and stuff like that. But I'm just saying it's an investment for their products. So I'm not taking away. They're good. They're just like, they can't afford. By the way, let me put it to you this way: they can't afford, because they're manufactured in North America, to make a cheap product. They have no choice. They have to make the strongest box. They have to make the strongest, most durable amplifiers. They have to make badass drivers. They have to, because they have to put this big price sticker on the box. So, they're not going to make a piece of shit and put a big price sticker on it. If they're stuck with that price sticker, they have to go and do that.
All right, all right. At Never Not
some
Whammy, I put my channel in the chat, so I'm expecting my subscriber number to go up by 1. I'm watching it. And make sure you join. Make sure you join my channel on Wednesday nights. I do a live show like what me and Robin are doing here, 7 to 9 p.m.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about somebody there. Yeah. James does that, by the way. That's what James does.
It's called King's
James
Court.
has a YouTube channel.
Yep. I also review lots of speakers. So if you're into speakers, go check out my reviews. I try to keep them more entertainment based. Robin is way more information based. If you really want to learn something, listen to Robin. If you want to laugh, watch my channel.
By the way, his video, just watch. More people want to laugh than want to learn, because his video just crushed it. I had 5 podcasts this week. His one video for Blast King smoked them all.
Yeah, in 3 days.
It has all my actual educational, like, hey, would you like to learn something new? Watch this video, watch this podcast. And it's like his one fucking go crazy, like went wild. Yeah, no, that's great. No. You smoked it. Yeah. What are you, like 5 times more than your subscribership, which is very good. Good for you.
It's over 6,000 views. I only have 1,400 subscribers. So.
And you know what? That's not like you were reviewing a JBL, SRX or something like that. It's not like you were reviewing a speaker everybody was searching for. YouTube thought your video was that smokingly fun to watch.
Yeah.
They sent you viewers.
Whammy, so, it's at DJ.
It's very good.
Whammy, it's at DJ James King. It's James King or James.King HTX, which is for Houston, Texas. It's my name in the chat.
Yes. He's also down, by the way. He's in the description too. If you look down, way down in the description somewhere, I try not to make sure his name doesn't come off of there, but sometimes it may have. I apologize. So, but yes, James has a very, very popular channel. So, and $10 gift cards. Is that what Timbits cost these days? By the way, yes. That's our national pastime. Yes. Do a Timbit on this cheek here, a Timbit on that cheek, and then I do my videos. That's munch. Oh, and they have maple syrup Timbits too. Ryan Reynolds did there's a Ryan Reynolds actual donut at Tim Hortons. Really? Yes, it's a special maple bacon donut. I don't know. It's like badass. It's like, hold on, okay. Please join us at King Court. Yes. Because you know what? Never Not is new. Never Not's new. We pay attention to the newbies, and everybody's welcome. Yes. Grab yourself a bowl of popcorn and have some fun. I remember that. Somebody left me a comment like that. I dropped a video, though, when I started doing videos, and I said I was doing this speaker. It was JBL, and somebody in the comments, I've got a bowl of popcorn. I'm ready for the show. And I was like, you know what? Things just stick with you. That was, by the way, 7 years ago somebody left that comment, and I still have that one in my head.
All right.
You guys, it's like you guys love Tim Hortons. No, we just naturally come like this. You know what? When I was a kid growing up in Montreal, down the street from me, I lived, everybody, you live in a city, you don't have to go far to find shit. Anyways, so literally a block and a half away was a Dunkin' Donuts. In Quebec, there was no such thing as Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons had started, but there was we're talking here the 80s, right? I grew up on Dunkin's. Just like the commercial. Yes. Fair share of Dunkin' Donuts. Back then, there was no such things as Frappuccino, Isocino. What is the thing with the Dunkin' Donuts? What's that big giant? You get a cold coffee, or what is it? It comes in a frigging gallon, a quart. like a big giant cup like this. You
Why do you
drink it all
think?
day.
Why do you think Americans are so fat, man?
Jesus Christ. It's
Yeah.
we're no better here, but here actually um they we were like the Europeans. We got rid of the we weren't allowed to sell McDonald's wasn't allowed to sell the big giant gulps anymore. You remember those big giant gulpies? Like, like
They still got them.
they're banned here.
Yeah. Well, they should be. I mean, nobody needs that much sugar. Man, that's the
It's like,
whole thing. That's why Americans are so fat. We got low testosterone, and the men aren't men anymore. The men are a bunch of sissy boys, and we're eating 8,000 pounds of sugar every day. So we got diabetes, and we got small nuts. That's what we got in America. You want to hear me rant? Let's really rant.
there you go. There you go. That's that's it. I mean, you know what? It's so to be honest, I mean, you guys got a good job, and but for a lot of people, and it's this is what drives me nuts because you have this in Canada just like you have in the States, is you have this. There's not enough middle class people. You're either down at the bottom or you're up at the top, and there's not a lot. And it's like you look at it and you go, Jesus Christ, it's so expensive to not buy the bag of chips. It is so expensive to buy the better food. It's
Yeah,
to
exactly.
not buy the super processed. Like, oh, just go to what's the grocery store, the Amazon grocery store. Anyways,
Yeah.
you go to Whole Foods. You know what? Fuck, I can't afford to go to Whole Foods. I mean,
Yeah.
it's more people are in that category of, you know what? I have to live. I have to feed the kids. I have to take care of life.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? If you don't make it a little bit easier for people to take care of themselves,
I had to have a talk with my kids about this because they got to the point where they thought they were supposed to have a dessert after every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I'm like, you guys don't understand. A dessert is a treat. That's something you should have once a week, not every meal. Every meal is like, can I have ice cream? Can I have cookies? Can I have a piece of cupcake? Can I have this? It's like, no, you can't. You got to earn it.
no, that's it. That's it. That's it and it's too bad. It's too
Yeah.
bad because I grew up. The old guy's going to talk now. When I grew up, so I mean everything was homemade. And I'm not talking about the loaf of bread. I'm talking about like all the dinners. Everything was scratch. Like there was no like everything was not even frozen food. Like you weren't buying beans like the peas and that and the vegetables all frozen, all ready, just poured in, right? No. My parents had to do all that shit. And it was very boring in my house because it was like all like food. It was like food was always made. It was always food. It was always like stuff was getting cooked. So, but like now it's like, now it's like we're looking at it like since COVID, I gotta be honest, since then, looking at get back to cooking.
Yeah, my wife cooks every night. My kids won't eat it. That's the sad thing.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a lot of friends like that with kids, and it's like, you know what? They're
Yeah.
eating hot dogs. Everybody else is having a half decent meal, and they're eating hot dogs because they
My
don't eat
chicken nuggets or chicken fingers
nuggets.
every night. It's like, no, I'm sick of this shit.
Unless,
All right.
get 'em, well, yeah, we're talking a lot about. Oh yeah,
JTEX question. Robin, have you seen the speaker diagram on the back of the Yorkville LS801P? It's very confusing for connecting two active speakers. If you guys have any more questions, put it in the chat now. I got about 15 more minutes and I got to be out, man. I only got 4 hours of sleep last night. I'm exhausted.
he's a dead man. So sorry, what was the Yorkville? I lost the screen because I'm typing here.
Yorkville LS801P. I've
LS.
never even heard of this speaker, so I can't help there. I can read the question.
You're a good man. You're a good man. LS801P. Here we go. Show the results for that. Oh, that. Let's bring it up on the screen here. You gotta love a speaker company. That I'm sure the speaker I'm gonna put on the screen here, and then it's gonna go this. My gosh, by George, these things I tell you.
Golly, George.
Golly.
It's a massive subwoofer, he says. Let's see this massive subwoofer.
It's 18. It's got this big port. But this is what I'm saying. This speaker's going to have a big price tag on it. So I'm just going to right click here just so I can tell you what the price tag is on this thing. Okay. This thing is, that's not it. Come on, somebody show me a price. Is it like $1,575? Probably. That's Canadian, so let's say it's like $11.99, $12.99 Canadian. Now, that being said, $1,200, $1,300 US speaker. That's the best the website can do. One stupid picture. There's got to be more pictures on this site somewhere. No, we've got specs. That's it. So now we have to go download, look at a manual. Here we go. Okay. No, thank you. I don't need any more information. Like, this is the best. Like, can they not get somebody? Oh my gosh, there we go. Okay. So here we are. We're going to have to zoom in here and get a better look.
J-Tank, how did you even find this speaker? You live in Phoenix. You're not even Canadian.
Oh, no. Dealers, no, they sell them in the U.S. You can buy them in the U.S. Oh, no, this is fancy stuff. This is, no. Yorkville is like primo product.
I'll shut the hell up then.
It's primo. No, we're talking. No. The Americans do buy this. If they're looking for a rough, tough, rock-solid piece of gear, usually the reps sell them, like the guys who go to churches and clubs and bars. They're the guys pushing these things a lot. Blended output. Is this what the question is? How do I hook up a second speaker? How do I hook up a subwoofer?
The question was, hold on, I got to scroll back up because they're all talking about food again. It's very confusing for connecting two active speakers, he says. I don't know.
Yeah, it is, because it's a mono blend input.
Oh yeah, look at the back of it. It's got all these weird.
It is kind of funky. Okay, speaker line input, like holy shit. It's like
it looks like a damn spaghetti land. Like what in the world? It's like one of those.
I mean, here we've got an input. Here we got an input output. This is a linked input output. So they're assuming you're running everything in mono here, by the way. Mono blend in. Okay. Then why do I give a shit about a mono blend in?
Are they sure that's not for like theaters or something?
This is no. This is okay. The mono blend input jack. It's right here, by the way. It's on the side. It connects the second line level signal to the system without external summing the two signals left and right. This helps when you are adding a single. Okay, I get it now. Okay. That's okay. Now the output's still. This is assuming that you have only one subwoofer. So what they're doing is they're saying the mono refers to the subwoofer. Okay, so here we go. In English, if you only had one top speaker or you had one source, let's say like how I tell people to hook it up to their mixers, right? Use the output, use a subwoofer out channel. So dedicate one of your line outs to the sub, you would plug that in here. Now, if you've got two tops and one subwoofer, you would be able to run from the top of each channel into here. So this would be your left, and then you're going, well, what about my right? I don't want to lose any bass. Plug your right in here. That's the way. But their intention here is not to go, so many people talk about going sub, then go to the top. No intention here. Always to the top, come down to the sub. So they're under some crazy impression that you're going to run two cables to your left and right speakers, one on the left and one on the right, and then you're going to come back down to this subwoofer. You're going to bring cables all the way back down to this subwoofer.
What's your
great application for a church? I wouldn't do this.
What's your favorite brand of XLR cables? I'm putting it in the chat. JLP asked. I'm saying Pig Hog. I like those. That's off of Amazon. It's a Pig Hog.
Okay, if we want to talk
about I think Hosa makes good ones too.
The best brand you can buy for the price. I got two easy answers for you on that. I gotta freaking find it here.
We need to do like a lightning round where you get like 30 seconds to answer the question.
All right. Yes, but that was a good question, and I'm looking for my cable. God dang it! It's here somewhere. Thank God I'm wireless.
Yeah, JLP. Look up Pig Hog and look up Hosa. Those are two good brands. Then
the brand that sponsors the show, by the way, is audioaccessories.com on Amazon. No problems with their product, but there's lots of easy, good products. You just need to know you're not buying a piece of shit. So, Hog is not a piece of shit. The other brand, I didn't know what the other brand was.
Hosa, that's the one. They
Oh,
sponsored DJ Bar a long time ago.
yeah. Nah, you can do better than that. You might as well use my link.
Yeah.
I actually have fun. I like this. I'll be honest. They sent to me after I'd already seen it, and I was looking for a sponsor for cables, and their audio. They're called audio-accessories.com. They're available on Amazon. You can get them with the mesh on them. So if you're worried about people stepping on them with high heels or anything like
I might
that,
want to make the screen bigger again because there's that
yeah.
subwoofer still
That's
on there.
that's a very good. Why am I trying to do that? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Stop that. Stop that. Anyways, again, I rewrite my face because that's where I put the focal point. Anyways, but it's got like that shoelace covering on it, like
Oh
that.
yeah, it makes it way more easier to
Yeah.
roll
So
up and everything.
yeah, it's very neat. It's neat. And but the absolute best of the best when it comes to money, and then oh my gosh, James, tackle another question. I really want to show this cable, but I gotta find it first.
Still have JBL PRX 615s. Talking about Crown amps. I don't know shit about amps except for what I put in my Suzuki Samurai in like 2001.
Crown amp's very good. If you need an amp, the Crown amp is not a problem.
I
That
used
would
to
help.
use Rockford Fosgate subs and amps.
No, but if you're looking,
And
Crown
that's
is what JBL owns it. That's their brand,
yeah.
and that's what they put um, in
Yeah,
all their
JBLs were badass back in the day when I was in high
big
school.
ass speakers. They're big.
Everybody either had JBLs or Rockford Fosgate subwoofers. And that's why I still have tinnitus. Tinnitus, is that how you say it? Or tinnitus, whatever. The ringing in the ears. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have that. I've had it my whole life since high school because I used to drive around thinking I'm cool, blaring my 10-inch subwoofers, blasting through my entire neighborhood so everyone would look at me when I'm driving by. And now I'm a 40-year-old man with tinnitus in my ears because of that stupid mistake as a kid.
Ah,
Let's see. NFL. Oh yeah. Buddy's saying NLFX will custom make cables too. That's pretty cool. Yeah, if
yeah,
you need like a custom job, they're
yeah.
really good at
Digital.
that.
These guys here. I'm gonna share this. This is it's a brand I. Oh my gosh, my headphones are just pounding
And
in
the
my ears.
owners of NFLX, they seem like Ben Stowe. He seems like a super nice guy.
So
To
these
JTech
guys.
put Kirkland. That's the
Quickly,
Costco
I mean,
brand.
I tell you, yeah, or Amazon. I bought the Amazon one just to see how good it was, and I was like, well, it's the same as the stuff I used to sell my discount XLR cables, my like great value cables. These guys, this is it's as long as you get the silver Nutrix and cable made in the USA. That's what's going on here. So this comes from Taiwan. That's the silver Nutrix connector, XLR connector, and the XLR cable itself is made by Pirelli or something like that. Anyways, they're made in the USA, and then the cables are assembled in Canada because the guy that's what they do. They assemble them up here. But you can find that and say as long as you find this connector with a cable that is made in the USA, you're buying a great product. So this happens to be the brand that I used to sell and the product I had. I mean, for us, like a 50-foot cable is like $62. It used to be like $52 when I sold it, but I mean, it was primo stuff, but the best of the best. US, just make sure you're buying anything with a US cable and those connectors, Nutrix connectors, if you want the best of the best. And if you are like me, I just make my cables now. Anything odd, I just make all my cables. So I thought, oh, I can do this as a hobby. And I went, man, it's a lot of work.
It's not as fun as I thought it was going to be.
No, I actually have a video where I make cables. It was very popular, very popular. Robin makes XLR cables.
Los
Because I have no.
Toxicos, what are you? I'm confused by your question. If I want to replace my speakers to my subs, do I have to get a certain type of speaker? I'm not sure what you mean.
If how far up are you? Where's that? I was. It's
It's
above
about
Kenwood.
five comments up.
Sorry, guys. I'm at not Kirkland. You sure? I come with the Kirkland. After the Kirkland, if I want to replace my speakers to my sub, do I have to get a certain type of speaker? Oh, you want to replace your subwoofer drivers? Is that it? Usually, you want to match the impedance of what you have in the system.
Oh yeah, he means like you blew one and you want to replace it. Yeah, you
Yeah,
have to make sure you get the same
you
like
get
specs.
usually yes. Usually, you're gonna get a PA full range driver. You'll notice it'll match up on the backside. It'll look similar to what's going on in the back. You can buy if you buy heavier duty. It's like buying better tires for your car. Just because you bought better tires for your car doesn't make your car better. Sometimes it makes things worse. So you want to either get similar or the same as what you had before.
Yeah.
But yes, they're usually people are quite amazed that most subwoofers are not subwoofers. They're just 18-inch PA drivers. Better ones are subs. They're like more
So what?
geared.
How would you know the difference? Like, what do you mean? I thought
Well, they tell you the
once a
frequency.
speaker got to a certain size, it was just considered a
It's just
subwoofer.
it's well, no,
No.
the amp is the frequency that's going to operate at is going to determine. Now, better like speakers that are built to be subwoofers, like only be subwoofers. Those are when you see the big coils in the back that are like that friggin' thick,
Mm-hmm.
where the speaker
Like
can like launch.
car audio.
Yeah, they can launch. Like those are manufactured. But if you look at PA speakers or speakers at home, the subwoofers don't look that much different than the 15 or 18, whatever speaker you have on top. You're looking for frequency range, right? You want a subwoofer you want a driver that'll perform down to, if your amp is going to go down to 28 hertz, you need to have a driver that'll go to 28 hertz, or you need to have something. Most likely your amp only goes down to 55. So if you have a speaker that'll go down to 20 or 35, you're fine. So and then just it's check the OEM for specs, and then you can check the aftermarket. So if it's going to say how many ounces the magnet is, and that sort of thing, the impedance, the wattage, then you can shop around and say, oh, I want to buy this JBL instead, or I want to buy this off-brand instead. By all means, what makes you happy? In the 90s. In the 90s.
5 more minutes, guys. If y'all want to do a lightning round, get them in now.
JBL. I
Unless
think
Robin wants to stay
they're all
on.
going on about car now. They're all hooked on the car audio thing.
Yeah.
So yeah. So there you go. Talk about everybody's talking about car audio. You know what? My thought about car audio, that's why we don't do it anymore. Your Tesla must sound like badass. Eh?
Oh, it sounds so good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It sounds so good. And it sounds like balanced, Whereas
Yep.
when we were in high school, it was just give me the bass, as loud as much bass as you can actually get,
No, between the Tahoe and the Suburban I had before, awesome top of the line systems that were in it. I didn't pay extra for them. That was OEM. That came out of them, no problem. My second vehicle now is a Ford Edge, and it's a fucking old Ford Edge because it's just a it's do groceries car.
Yeah.
And it is like amazing. It's like one of the it's a limited edition Ford Edges. So it's like, why would somebody have paid all this money for this car new? It's so it's got everything in it. It's like this thing's like a cat. It's got you can change the mood lighting in the car. It's a Ford Edge. It's a Ford. Do I really need to change the mood lighting in my car?
Yeah.
Anyways, but it has a badass kick-ass system in it. I would never touch anything in those cars. I've changed the head units though. Because I buy PPVs like the police, the Suburban and the Tahoe were both police vehicles. I like buying those. They're fun. How hard? Yes, but I think it's mixer CD and everything. Yes, do you know I have that from a review. I have the controller that takes CDs, USBs on top, CDs in the front. You don't see too many of those controllers anymore.
What is the best PA subwoofer under $2,000? All right, rapid fire. My pick, Icoa 18-inch sub. Robin pick? He's not.
What you say?
I thought you were gonna be like, "There's no way you're gonna be able to pick one," because you're like,
No.
yeah.
If you're gonna pick one, I think that one's pretty good. I think that one's pretty good. If you're buying it not for DJing, if you're buying it for anything but DJing, uh, I love the Alto, but not for volume though. I mean, it's for quality of sound. It's but James is right on this one. If you're DJing and you're not buying the ICOA, through my link on Guitar Center, you're making a wrong decision. When all else fails, buy your LD systems from Guitar Center and please use the link down below. And by the way, buy your stuff, have it get sent to the store. So buy it online with the link, of course. Have it get to the store. Then you go to the store, you have them unpacking it because they're your speakers and you bought it from them. Crank those fuckers up full volume in the store for a good 10 minutes. Piss everybody off and they won't say shit to you because they're your speakers. You just bought a Guitar Center.
Yeah.
I just want to test them out. I want to make sure they're fine before I go home and let it rip. I don't care how many people are fucking playing guitar. I don't care who's in the store we're trying to listen to this. I'm trying to pick a book to write some music. No, man, I'm listening to my speakers. They're my speakers. Crank it up. That's my final say for tonight's show. Crank it up.
Best budget active speaker carried by Guitar Center.
Yeah, I'm gonna Harbinger. The
Harbinger MLS 1000
series, the 4400 series. You go to the store. Anybody who buys it, if you cover up the badge, you're like, there's no way you're buying anything else for that price.
And I'm a column array guy, so yeah, I would go with the Harbinger MLS 1000 because it's the best.
Yeah.
It's only when it's on sale, it's only $500. You cannot beat that. You can't beat it.
If you want guaranteed quality, is it the loudest? No, of course not. It's not. It's,
right.
It's it's a 10-inch driver, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a small column array.
But if you want reliable, solid, good sounding quality equipment, the 4400 or the MLS 1000, every day of the week, you buy that in the store. You won't find something else at that price that'll make you happy. You have to spend twice the money. You'll always spend twice the money and get something better, but for sure. Until our column array comes out, and then which point it'll be the best thing you've ever heard, and it'll be the only thing you'll ever want to buy.
Last but not least, what type of tripods do you guys use? I don't use tripods. I use the flat base stands. They're from I can't think because I'm so tired, but from Pro X, they're called the Polaris stands. Gravity sells some flat base stands. Chauvet has the Flex stand, and now Rockville just came out with one. Look that up. It's only $160, I think. It comes in black and white, and it goes really high in the air, so you can put lights on it if you want to. The Polaris stands from Pro X, those are my favorite, but they don't go that high, so they're good for speakers, I use them at ceremonies, but yeah, where you don't need to go that high because everybody's sitting down. But yeah, check them out, man. Flat base stands, no tripods.
Every speaker I've seen on top of those stands are over the weight rating of the stand.
Oh, that too. Yeah, make sure you check the weight ratings on the stands.
I look at it all the time and go, it's like I'm going, they're putting 15s on top. I'm going, it's not built for a 15, but it makes everybody seems to be quite content with it. I actually tried to see if I can get that made as a pre-project. I know it's 11 o'clock here, so it's a pre-project before we actually get the speakers. So this way we can get familiar on how to do this. And I said, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to do speaker stands with the metal plate. I'd have to get it built in the U.S. I'm going, it's so expensive. No wonder they cost so much. By the way, just to build it from scratch, right? Like, I mean, if I wanted to get 200 pairs made, it would still cost roughly $85 to get manufactured in the U.S. Steel plate, the pole, and that's not even adjustable yet. That's just and powder coated in black or white. It's like, wow. So it's it's quite a bit of money. Yep.
All right, guys, great show.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody, I'd like to say thank you so very much. Everybody's so happy, joy. Thank you again for spending. We're going to see everybody in 3-4 days at James's show.
Wednesday night, 7 to 9.
7 to 9. James, thank you very much for coming out and playing with us tonight and giving us the time of day.
Thanks for having me.
Have a good one. See you next week. Bye for now.